Can you hear the rain? It's trying to be spring, but it's not working very well. Well, I know, it's trying to be spring and the weather's completely changeable and it's not too sure what it wants to do out there. It's raining pretty hard. You know, we're coming up on the equinox. Spring is coming soon. Also my birthday. And yeah, it's kind of appropriate for today's question. So it is March 16th, 2024, and today is day 66 of 100 days, 100 ways, trails taken. We have a new guidepost today. It is astrology. So the question is, do you follow the Zodiac? Yes or no? Well, do you follow the Zodiac? There's a lot of interesting things that go around with that. You know, it's certain energies that are being felt. I know for sure because sometimes when something like Mercury goes in retrograde, a lot of things kind of go haywire. Electrics don't work properly, like telecommunications don't work properly, internet, communicating with people doesn't work very well. Things always seem like there's a, you know, something, everything's like one click off, in my opinion. But the Zodiac, I think it also, of course, with the sky, with the constellations, right? We mentioned that before. Each Zodiac is represented in the stars. The Earth moves and the sun goes into the different areas of the sky during the year. That's how we get our, you know, our birth sign or our sign. I'm an Aries. Yeah, so it's like there's a whole lot of things that go along with it. It's not just, you know, the sun being in a certain place in the sky at that time. You know, the earth, the tilt does the thing over the whole year also. There's, you know, other ways to that's represented. You have your sun sign, you have your moon sign, you have a rising sign, and you have a Venus sign, and everything else. There's a whole bunch of other ones, but you know, those are kind of the main ones for astrology. Yeah, the energies that come in, even when you're pulling a card, when you're opening a book, when you're meditating, like any of the things are the energies that are just present. They're just happening. And if you're receptive to them, then, you know, you'll feel them. You'll notice things. The zodiacal man, which is a astrological representation of the human body, and each sign kind of has a, not a hold, but they have like a, I was going to say a claim, but that's not right either. They're represented in a certain body part. And I think this is how, you know, the ancients used to do it. They used to, you know, at certain times, especially, I know because I'm a woman, with our cycles, with the moon cycle, with, you know, there's a whole bunch of other things like north node and a south node, and those have to do with the moon. Sharon, the wounded healer. I mean, we all have these things, and that's supposed to be like our sacred wound that we bring with us when we're born into this life. You know, it's something that we need to unravel and figure out. I think it's super exciting and super interesting. I think there's so much relevance within the zodiacal man and the way that works within the body, the cycles, you know, they're very subtle, right? They're subtle cycles, except a woman's menstruation, you know, that's not subtle. That's very apparent. That's very, you can't miss that, right? It's can't question that that's a thing. So right from there, right, that's a monthly thing. As I was saying, men have it's a daily cycle for men. So what things are we missing? What things do we not know about yet that have to do with the greater cycle, right? Like what happens to our bodies over the whole year when the zodiacal man has to do with the whole celestial, zodiac, the whole thing. I believe Aries, it starts at your head, and I looked at it a little bit. I have a book. I've checked it out. Not implied, no. Referred it to my own being and the things that I've experienced, and I would like to get a little bit deeper into that. Like more, am I more prone to drama or trauma or whatever at certain times of the year? Are there things, other factors that I'm overlooking because it's a greater cycle, but it's like super subtle and I just don't realize it yet? These are the things that I think we're just coming back into. We're just starting to rediscover, that the powers that be probably know all these things. But the way history's gone and the way we've evolved as a society, then we miss some things. We get some of those things get put on a shelf. Some of those things get locked behind the doors that we can't access and we don't really know about. And it doesn't take very many generations, when you think about it, to lose information, to lose things that are super important, right? Like if there were ways to heal ourselves within our own birth chart even. You have a birth chart. You're born at a certain time in a certain place, and certain stars are in the sky and the planets are in a certain alignment and all those things. Within that, maybe that's what that's our frequency. That's the harmonics of our solar system, of our universe, even maybe. Like everything's greater and greater and greater as it works out. Something that happens here, a ripple, reverberates across the universe, and is that what makes the universe expand? Or does it bounce off the edge of the universe and come back? Because, history does repeat itself, so that's a good thing to kind of ponder and question. Yes, so I do follow the Zodiac. I appreciate the interpretations of things that are outside my realm of my six senses. That they're so subtle. My body's, I'm here in the 2024, and our bodies have been dampened and more dampened over time. And the things that we've lost, our gifts, our sensitivities, our, the security to allow all our nerve endings to be open, to allow them to fully receive everything that's coming in, because we put up blocks, right? It's no different than the husband not wanting to hear his wife because he's watching the football game, right? He just tunes her out. That's tuning out. That's what we do. That's what we have in our bodies. We tune out those things that are painful or uncomfortable or whatever, traumatic, dramatic. So this is the thing. We need to get back into ourselves and feel the feelings. And this is why we have hairs. This is why, we're an antenna. We're a receiver. We're picking up frequencies from each other. We're picking up energies from the solar system. We're picking up energies from the planet. And, it's not a question of, are we? It's a question of, how do we tune in more, ultimately? So, your horoscope and your birth chart, they seem like such trivial things, but they've been around for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, right? Those are things always in place in humanity, has been observing the stars, and you know, they made those things for a reason, and we are that reason. So get interested, inquire, check it out. You might find out some things that are astounding, and once you can get past that thing that says, oh, it's hogwash, or it's whatever it is, right? It's BS, it's woo-woo, whatever it is. Be open, and you might find that there is a lot of things to learn, and a lot of things will surprise you. So, until tomorrow for day 67 of 100, be well.